Hey everyone, welcome back to Gear Facts, and this is literally a first for me. I've never even got close to one of these before. It's the Fender Mustang GT40. Let's zoom in a little bit and have a look at this display. Okay, well first of all, it's colour, it's nice, it's bright, it's clear. It's tracking the dials as I turn them. So absolutely beautifully presented. Like I said before guys, this is the first time I've ever even got close, so let's just randomly press some buttons. What do we got here? Okay, I'm guessing that by circling this dial here, we can choose some different amp types, and on the bottom row here we have some additional parameters which we can cycle through by turning this large dial here, which also acts as a push button. So if you want tone, press down, turns red, and you're controlling tone, and press again to accept. On the top row here we seem to be cycling through all the presets, 2, 3, 4, etc. Let's see how far it goes. On and on. Let's just pan across a little bit, and you'll see on the side here that we have X effects, or switch on switch off effects, so the bypass comes up there. Save, presumably we can rename and save a whole bunch of patches. What's under menu? Okay, same sort of setup, very user friendly. Using the dial to cycle through all these options. You can use it to play your music out of your phone, no problem. Bluetooth. I don't know what all of these options mean, but what I do know is that you can choose one and press your select dial in again, and here we are in the EXP settings, which I assume is expression pedal. Yep, we've got heel and toe settings there, and as it's a volume setting for heel and toe, I would assume that that is for a volume pedal. But if we go back, we can cycle through other settings for the expression pedal, and you'll notice a little change down here as I go through. Some of them are controlling gain, and some of them are controlling level. So it's nice to be able to control gain with your expression pedal, and to be able to control just how intense that expression pedal is. Anyway, let's jump right back to the start and have a listen to some presets. First of all, I'll apologise for the noise guys. There is a lot of electricity going on in this room at the moment, and you're bound to get some interference. But here's our first preset. Getting right into the synth zone there, isn't it? Just going to switch down to the neck pickup for that one. That's really nice. Have a listen to this reverb in preset number 98. That's a really professional sound. give these controls a test drive. These controls are really responsive. It's amazing because just when you're getting a little bit unsure about how much it could deliver, all you got to do is change a couple of little settings and it just seems to just bring the life right out of your guitar. Alright, let's go through and see what other effects we can add to this already quite nice sound. Look at all these things we've got to choose from. This amp is giving us so much in one. Ring modulator, always an old favourite. Okay, so we're not hearing ring modulator yet, but I've noticed that bypass is activated just up here, so let's go back to our middle row. Bearing in mind I'm just trying to figure this out on the fly, and I think we're doing pretty well considering we've never seen a manual for this one. Okay, so we've got ring modulator selected, let's click on that. It does seem to be set to bypass. Okay, and that bypass is controlled by the FX button way over here in the top right. So I'll turn that on, as another guitarist who's much better than me plays outside. Let's hear what this one's like. I've got to admit I wasn't able to get that bypass off the ring modulator there. So all I can show you for now, guys, is the presets, and there's no doubt that we're having some pretty good success with those. Okay, so I've got the idea now. The FX button at the top right switches off your general modulation effects and just leaves you with the amp modeling. So it's basically a bypass switch for that middle set of effects, leaving you just the amp, the gain, the reverb, those very basic elements. So here we are at the octaver, and we're including that octave effect in the mix. Beautiful tone to end it on. Okay, so as we saw before, no real surprises. It's a very familiar control setup. The operating system I think is going to take a little bit of getting used to, but as I mentioned before, I've never looked at a manual, never used this amp before, and I think we got quite a long way there. Using our menu keys over here and our selection wheel with push button feature. Auxiliary and headphone sockets there. As you look around the amp, you'll notice it's very, very nicely designed. Very ergonomic, nice smooth edges. The handle doesn't pop up, it's more of a enclosed handle sort of a system, just flush with the top there. Again, very nicely designed, very easy to pack away with your other gear. Around the back we've got our power in there, and a small USB socket at the top left there, and a foot switch option. And a quick look through some of the features. You might want to pause right about here and have a bit of a read through these. This is one very full-featured amplifier. Okay guys, well if you're the kind of player who's a bit of an amateur like I am and you get a bit frustrated with pedal boards and the various problems that that involves and you just want to keep it simple, keep everything all inside one brain, well Mustang amplifiers have always been a great way to go, and I think the GT40 is a new breed and a new level of quality, and I'd have to say a real winner for Fender. Thanks for liking, commenting or subscribing to Gear Facts, and thanks also to DW Music here in Canberra for letting me have a go on all their equipment. DW Music, where everything's cool. Here are some other links to some things that we've looked at, and as always feel free to send me a comment. I do try to reply to every single comment I get, and we'll see you next time on Gear Facts.